What's up everyone, it's Jambors, new video, new kind of a reaction video or review, or I would say summary. And the summary of Melodifestivalen 2021, one of the most inspiring TV shows in the world, in Europe for sure, in continental Europe definitely. And it's the show which sets standards how modern television, from 21st century and above, second decade of 21st century can be done and should be done, and it's possible to be done, especially this year at the scale how it is done. This is the learning material, and it really helped me and really inspired me from the very first beginning my career in Eurovision or at Eurovision to bring in better work, better artists, better songs, as I wanted to show that even Czechs are capable of bringing quality. But in television we are quite far with. But let's talk about 2021 Melodifestivalen. Okay folks, but before we get started, I'll ask you to subscribe to the channel, as if you like such insights and such different points of view and some kind of professional insight into it as well, maybe you'll find it interesting to do it, and you will. So I'll ask you to subscribe or consider it. Of course, like the video, share it among your friends, that would be great. And regarding Melodifestivalen, I've never watched so many episodes of it ever, because I didn't have a time, or I didn't want to find a time, or I was too over televisioned as I was working at television that I didn't really want to, watch it. And of course I watched many episodes and many episodes of any other program, especially, like MGP or Ukrainian with Bear or parts of Sanremo, lots of music, but never ever in such focus like I'm doing it now. And I was reading some kind of discussion on Twitter and other social media that this year of Melfest is not that great. It doesn't have so many favorites, Norway is doing better, whatever. And I'll tell you, I don't really think so. I actually think this is one of the best years ever happened in Melfest, and I just won't say only because of the music quality, as that is very subjective and maybe we will never find a conclusion what we prefer or really like better, but definitely by the television work, how they made it in Corona times, how it didn't really was weird without the audience, how they make it that it wasn't weird, how they make it fun even for people who doesn't understand Swedish that much or doesn't really understand Swedish at all. That's a craft, that's an art, and craft of art of craft, whatever, you got me. This is a hell of a television work. A lot of great minds should probably did it, and everybody must be a great team, to get this all together. This is definitely not an easy task, with especially such quality and such focus on detail every episode, that it's not really normal. And it was done without a mistake or without any visible one. And maybe you can speculate that some episodes weren't that fun or didn't have that great hosts, but most of them they were great, or they were just still in the level that we are not possible to do it here, or no one actually is doing it, shows like it in here. So for me that was a great thing. But we are interested in who's going to win, and I tell you there are few candidates who can actually win the whole thing or get in top 5. For sure most of it get into top 10, and I would say that definitely most of it qualifying. And that's not because it's Swedish or it's Sweden and they always do it. No, it's because the quality they bring, the diversity maybe they bring, and the show they bring, as we must see, and we all know, and you probably know it as well, that this show is both entertainment and music, and it has no competition at all, as it really fusing greatness of both of those worlds. Maybe it's too technical, but that just shows how creative they are and how good television they're doing. But let's talk about my 5 I picked to win Melfest 2021. Okay, let's start with the most obvious thing, the most obvious song, Every Minute from ESCZ. That's the song I was really making a video before. I really like, and I really like the full package of it. And some of you are saying, hey, he's not that good in singing. Yeah, but is music really only about the vocals? Like, sometimes it is, but what is most interesting for performance, it's the charisma with the cameras, how it really works, the whole thing, you know. If it's only about the vocal, and vocals are a very important thing, it's not just the music, then the artist is just an instrument. But this is the whole complex story, good idea, you know, black theater, weird dancing, slow moves every minute. And it's catchy as hell. And I don't really mind if the studio version is not that great as live performance. The only what kind of matters at Eurovision is live performance. We can then speculate or we can talk, and that's a big topic of mine, but I really would like that it should not be only about those 3 minutes, that it should be much bigger, wider, more prestigious. But if we talk only about those 3 minutes, every minute for sure is my winner. But there is more. Let's talk. Okay, my next winner is Klara Klingeström. For sure, it's not the best song in studio version, or not my favorite song. It's not the song I would normally listen to, but I enjoyed the live show. I enjoyed the charisma, simplicity, her expression, how she expressed the music, how the music is done, how it all is done, how she is, how natural she is, that I would vote for her, and I think that she would do wonders for both Sweden at Eurovision and winning the Melfest. That would be like awesome signal that something like this is possible with such music in Swedish, you know. It's a good vibe, it's great to listen, great to watch, and it really shows that the pure artist can do it in Sweden as well, and the game is open for really everyone. I'm really glad that she's in the finals. Even I'm not sure if she will win, or people will vote for her to win, as she doesn't sing English, and I think that's kind of a, you know, condition in Melodifestivalen for artists to go through. That would be a great winner as well. But there are others. And the other one is Daughter with Little Thoughts. For sure, it's not my favorite act or, you know, song at all. I don't get this obsession like there is only this song, but I can appreciate the quality of it as well. And for sure, there is kind of a cult around it, which makes it as well very interesting for everyone. You know, there is a good story about it as well. And the song itself is really great. She is a good performer. And it has a great studio version as well. It's something you can remember after one hearing. Little thought, it's just, you know, the formula really works. I really think it can win Melodifestivalen. I don't think it can win Eurovision, but it's still like top 10 material for sure. And we'll see. I really think there's another candidate who will be upper than this, just for a reason. Well, and it's mamas, you know. Who else? The trio of outstanding women who just give you the good vibes only watching them smile, and they're probably smile even when they're asleep, like all the time, all time long. And just me, you know, visualize this is smiling as I just see just the good heart, you know, like really good heart. I don't give a damn if it's true or not, but they sing like it's something that's easy, something so important, something so, you know, natural, and I love it. And I think that's the reason they actually won twice already, even there was not a big point difference, but no one really cares, and they might win this year as well, and I wouldn't really care if they do, and I will support them as much as I can, as they're great as well. They're awesome, and their song is really good, and I wouldn't compare it to the last of it. It's still the same vibe, same style. They're true to their roots, they're predictable kind of, but I don't really know that the Europe really knows that, and I wouldn't count it. I would just do the music I want to do, and that's exactly what they do, and I appreciate it, as I don't really think it's calculation. The only thing which is a bit weird is the staging, you know, which I don't know, they don't really need it. It's not made for staging, and it's just really weird, and I really understand they wanted to, you know, go around with the cameras and do at least something, but I don't really think it's necessary, because they will rock with staging or without it. They are exactly the performers which doesn't need any kind of help, and maybe the help actually it's the backfire a bit for it, but we'll see about it. That would be a great story anyway in the finals. Well, and the last part of this story, you know, of this 5, and I would count more actually artists to make it through, but I decided to take this 5, and the last one is TUSE. And some of you say he's not a great vocally, or the song message is about nothing, whatever, it sounds just great. It's like joy to watch. It has everything. I think it can really talk to young generation as well, and not just in Sweden but in whole Europe. And that charisma which goes through the monitor or which goes through the television, it's just outstanding. And it's not only because how they've done the staging very cleverly, very naturally. That's the possibly the best lighting in the show this year, if I don't count Eric, but I think this is even better with the dancers and with the costumes. And to say it's really going forward, just he's like, as you have like the 3D glasses, you know, he's just out there, and that works. That works. It's the perfect calculation. Yes, it is. But it shows that this kind of songs can be at Eurovision as well. And I think it's not a big coincidence that he is the best in the odds by far. And you know, maybe that's not that truthful, or you don't need to really trust those odds, as I think this year they will count like nothing, and it's a big lottery more than a serious thing this year. But he can do wonders at Eurovision for a younger generation as a voice, so I would be glad that he's going to win. Maybe not my personal super favorite, but I'm pretty sure that he's a super favorite of most of you, or of lots of you, and that make me smile. And it actually shows that Sweden has lots to offer, that, you know, I didn't get Dani Saucedo to it, or the second Clara, or Avigar. Well, that's hard to say. That just shows how strong they are, how Swedes actually push the best into their finals. And as we all know them, that they will vote for the best, and they have lots of best artists to choose from. If we just compare it to Norway, which had outstanding quality of songs this year, but we saw what actually Norwegians are voting for, then that's a big difference between two nations of how they are, you know, perceive, or how they are really take Eurovision. As it's very, very visible that Swedes take it super seriously, and that as well tell us that when you take things seriously but easygoing, like super professional, you can do wonders for many years, and they are miles away. I'm telling you, they will be strong next year as well, like, and it's not boring. But that's maybe me is boring. But I'm really interested in your opinions about the Melfest, about the quality, about the interval acts, you know, Benjamin Ingrosso, Felix Sandman, that was great, or DJ Trex, that was like super funny, and as well it was like great filmed, like awesomely done. I don't really want to know how much it costs to do such a thing, but well, tell me in the comments below what do you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it among your friends. I would be super glad for it. And I see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.